Colin Cowherd believes that Caleb Williams and his camp do not want to come to the Chicago Bears, but then he went back and retracted that statement. So somebody explain to me what we have going on here. So let's talk about it, people. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, man. I feel like here to talk about the Chicago Bears. And here to talk about Colin Cowherd, man. Colin Cowherd, every once in a while, man, he gets everybody all riled up, and you gotta love it. I will say, though, but guys, I've listened to Colin for years. Like, I'm a big Colin fan. I know lately he's become this kind of hot takey guy, if you will, but he's still one of the pioneers of talk radio, man. And I still remember, like, literally driving to college every single day and listening to the herd. Like, Colin's like one of the OGs. I love Colin, but I digress. But my point is, Colin Cowherd is a guy who's a talk radio host. He's not a reporter. He's not a rap reporter. He's not a Schefter. But he does know a lot of people. He knows a lot of people. He's friends with a lot of people. He's got plugs. And he basically came on the show, The Herd, and said that the Caleb Williams camp, he believes Caleb don't want to come to the Chicago Bears. And then the next day came back on The Herd and said, hey, Caleb's camp called me and said, hey, don't say that. We're not anti-Chicago. We're okay with going to the Bears. And so, you know, that's basically what happened here. And here are my 2 cents with this, all right? So Colin's always been the type of guy, if you've listened to Colin Cowherd for years like I have, he is the type of guy that will bash bad organizations for being incompetent and say, hey, if you're a kid coming out of college and you're top at your field at what you do, you want to be able to have the choices to go to the best organizations. And, you know, in a regular world, right, where you're not an NFL player, you get to do that. If you're an engineer, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, you get to be able to go to wherever you want because everybody covets you and there's not a draft. But this is the NFL and there is a draft. And so you don't get to pick where you go unless you force your hand like in Eli Manning. But that's not the situation we're in right now. And so that's basically the reason why he said this, all right? He's basically said this because, you know, he knows that the Bears organization is inept at developing quarterbacks, and he thinks Caleb and his camp don't want to go there. And Caleb and his camp came out and denied it. This does not scare me at all off of Caleb at all. All right, unless he comes out and pulls an Eli Manning, literally forcing the Bears' hand to not pick him at number 1, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Unless Caleb and his camp say, listen, you draft us at number 1, we are not playing for you. Trade that pick right now. I'm not worried. And Ian Rappaport even came out in a tweet and said, why would he be anti-Chicago? It's a great city, world-class fans, with some of the most passionate fans ever. They're a young team, building it the right way. Ryan Poles, solid GM. Like, this is an up-and-coming team. Why would he be anti-Chicago? And Ian Rappaport is right. And so I know everybody got riled up over this, but folks, I'm not worried one bit about this. I think absolutely if the Bears are going in that direction, which it seems like they will be, Caleb will be a Chicago Bear, and I think he will love it, and I don't think he'll have any issues with it. And so to me, I'm not worried about this one bit. Remember to take what Colin Cowherd says with a grain of salt here, because again, he's not a reporter. It's kind of like that Stephen A. Smith in the NFL, right? When Stephen A. comes out and he says, I've heard from my sources, this and that. Yeah, Stephen A. definitely knows a lot of people, but again, he's not a reporter. He's not an Adrian Wojnarowski or Shams. Like, he is not these guys. So again, I'm not worried. If that's the direction the Bears go in and they want to take Caleb at number 1, I believe Caleb wants to come here and he'll be totally fine with it. Totally fine with it. So let's see what happens, folks. But yeah, we all got to relax, calm down, and take a deep breath. So let me know what you guys think about this, man. Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching.